Well, hello everyone. This is Hedafan about with a video for you again. Fell off. Yeah, okay. Then let's see the video. What the video is about? It's about top 5 reason not to buy a Lenovo A516. Last video I have covered the top 5 reasons to buy a Lenovo A516. Now in this video I'll be covering 5 reasons not to buy a Lenovo A516. It's a pretty damn good phone, I tell you, but there are some flaws that are in this phone and they are worth covering. In fact, they are such that the phone can be rejected from buying completely because of those 5 reasons. But I recommend people to go ahead and buy this one because I have been using this for a long time and I'm pretty much a big fan of it. Although some of the big features are a complete letdown if that feature is very important for that person. So now let's get to the 5th point, the bad audio quality. Yes, it has one of the bad audio qualities. When you play a music, when you play a sound from this smartphone, the audio quality that comes out of this speaker is totally bad. It's so completely bad that you will be forced to use a headset when you don't even want it. So listening to music with this device has been a headache, so great headache that you'll change the smartphone the very day you will buy if you like to be an audio guy. I don't listen to the music so much. If I want to listen to the music, I use my computer or I just use the TV or CD player like that. But the bad audio quality kills for it. Now let's go to the 4th reason of this smartphone why you should not buy and that is the ringtone voice. The ringtone voice is good. You'll hear it most of the time, but some of the time it does not give you sound at all. If say the phone is placed like this and you have gone somewhere, you wouldn't even listen to the ringtone. It happens sometimes, not every time, but whenever it happens I usually miss most of my calls, and that's the biggest annoying part. And the another annoying part is that when you keep it in the pockets and if it rings for once and you just touch your pocket with the hand, or if you move or you did not pick up the call, then if the person calls you again, then this phone does not ring at all. So it does not give a sound at all. And when it is placed and also another thing is that when this is placed somewhere on some surface, the volume of the ring gets pretty low, and that's really sad and one of the reasons that could keep people off from buying this one. And the 3rd reason for not buying this device, this Lenovo A516, is the unavailability of LED flash. Most of the phones that come at this price point do not have a LED flash. In fact, Moto E that is priced similar to this device does not have a LED flash. And Moto E does not even have a HD video capacity, and in this one it has a great video capture capacity when compared to the Moto E. If I had to pick up a device based on the camera, then I will go for this and reject Moto E. In fact, another reason to reject Moto E would be the front-facing camera that this device has, and Moto E does not have a front-facing camera, and this is really required. For me, front-facing camera is a big bet, and if a phone does not have a front-facing camera, then I wouldn't be buying that device. Now let's jump right into the second part where Moto E becomes better than Lenovo A516, and that part is the 512 MB RAM. So this one just has 512 MB when Moto E has 1 gigabytes of RAM, and also Moto E comes with a Snapdragon processor, and this is a MediaTek processor powered by 1.3 GHz. So who are looking for RAM and processor performance, which could go with Moto E, and those who are for camera and other parts like battery backup and the rest of the things that Moto E lacks, then this one is a killer one. Also, although 512 MB RAM would be the main reason to reject this phone, but I think 512 MB RAM is ideal, really greatly ideal to use to perform normal daily tasks, but who are a regular user and are into the multitasking thing, this phone is not for you. And the biggest reason that kills the phone is the app crash. This phone has been updated 4 times by the Lenovo, and every time they have tried to address the crash issue. The crash issue may not be the phone based only, because of the fact that most of the people do not realize that it is a 512 MB RAM phone, and they install every single app they want to use, just like if they are using some Samsung Galaxy S5 or iPhone. But they should realize that it is just a 512 MB RAM window, and you should use only those apps and not install every single social networking app. If you need WhatsApp, Line, go install WhatsApp, Line, but do not install every single messaging app out there on Android devices. On App Store, please do not do that mistake. I have seen my friends doing that mistake. They install every single free messaging app and then they complain about the phone being bad. And all that I did was to suggest them to remove those apps, and when they removed, keeping only necessary social networking apps, they benefited a lot. And they say that yeah, that was slowing down my phone. Now my phone is really good. So this was one of that, but that is a different story. The app crash, I was talking about the app crash. Although I haven't been into the lot app crash things, because most of the apps that I use and open do not crash a lot. Actually, the crashing is occasional, but for some devices of Lenovo A516, some units, the crash is a big reason. Most of them have said that they experience a lot of crash. I experience a crash once a 15-day, but even that is big. But I have experienced a lot of crashes when playing games like Township. If I open it 5 times a day, I experience a crash at least once, but that comes after playing around almost, I think, half an hour spending into that game, when the processing becomes so high that 512 MB RAM fails to handle it. At that time the app crashes. But the crash of Skype has annoyed me on this, and some other app crashes have annoyed me. That's why I have put the app crash on the big screen. The main reason, the top one reason of this smartphone not to buy is the app crash. I hope I have put down some valid reasons of not buying this one, and also put down some valid reasons for buying this device. And for me, the reasons to buy the device stand out in front of the reasons or not to buy this device, because most of the reason the smartphone is most of the features that are bad for this device are not at all required for me, because I have a camera, so I don't need LED flash. 512 is enough for me because I don't do a lot of gaming and all that stuff, and app crash doesn't bother me because I hardly use a lot of apps. And then the audio, I never listen to the music on this device. In fact, I do not have a single music file on this device, and although I have tested it with the music, and the only music that I hear on this device comes from the silly games I had put on this device. So that's all about this device. I hope you give a thumbs up to the video, and thanks for watching, like always.